Hey guys, and welcome to Stacking the Shelves here at the Book Life. I actually had a really epic book week this week. Before I was getting ready to set up for the video tonight, I was so proud of myself because I thought, wow, everything I got in the mail was just a surprise, except for I bought one book, and then I remembered that I got like 5 books in the mail on Monday. So I didn't do so great at the not buying anything this week, but I also got a ton of other stuff in the mail too, which is all really fantastic, and there was a lot of squealing and jumping and happy moments this week. So I am going to get started so that this doesn't take forever. First, I'm going to start with the things that I bought. First up, I bought The Demon Trapper's Daughter by Jana Oliver. I actually had this, or have this rather, on my Nook, but it was on sale for like $3.11 on Amazon, and I knew I wanted to get the second and third one, so I figured $3.11. How can you go wrong there? I've heard really good things about it. I haven't read the first one yet, but people have said I've read some really good reviews, and my best friend actually read it and said that she really liked it as well. So I'm looking forward to getting started on that one. And then that leads me to I bought the second one, Soul Thief, which I actually really like the covers on these. I think they're really pretty. I know that the UK covers, I think, are a little bit different, and maybe even the titles are a little bit different, but I really like the first two covers. I like that she's got the little chucks on, because I have a pair that I wear all the time. I love them. And then I actually also got the third one, Forgiven, which I think this is more like or is exactly the same as the UK covers. I mean, I still like it. I like the like overlay picture here. It's still really pretty, but I feel like I don't know. I like the first two covers better. But I'm really looking forward to reading this series. I know the fourth one comes out soon, so I'll probably buy that when it comes out. But I'm really looking forward to starting that. It sounds really awesome. And then the next thing I bought, I went ahead and bought Storm by Brigid Kemmerer. I don't know if I said that right. Um, well, I mean, these covers have hot boys on them, so what's bad about that? I actually uh, was kind of on the fence about this one. I wasn't sure if I was going to read it, but people have raved. I mean, all over the place. I keep seeing people talking about it on Twitter, and so many good reviews on Goodreads, and I've read good reviews on blogs. So I figured it was just time to suck it up, buy it, and read it, because if it's as amazing as everyone says, I don't want to miss out on it. So, you know. And then because it just came out this week, I also went ahead and got Spark, which has also got Hot Boys on the cover. So I don't know when the third one comes out. I don't know if it's this year still or if it's not until next year, but I'm a big fan of buying all of the books available in a series, even if I haven't read anything yet, just because, I don't know, I like to be able to jump right into the next book if I'm really into the story. Sometimes it backfires because I don't like the first book and I have all of the other books and I don't have any desire to read them, but not usually. So, and then the last book that I bought this week is Speechless by Hannah Harrington, and you can't see the title hardly on the cover at all. There we go. I actually have this as an ARC, but the final copy is so pretty. It's like a pearlescent white silverish color of the cover, and it's got the embossed title, and that's it. I mean, it's so simple, but it fits so well with the story. And in the back, it says, "Saying she's sorry isn't enough," and it's just so pretty. The author's name is real big along the spine, but then it's also got the deckled edge pages. I know it's hard to get an image of that on the camera, but it's so pretty. And then the French flaps on it too, which I absolutely love the French flaps. This book is excellent. Hannah Harrington is by far one of my favorites. Her first book, her debut, Saving June, was one of my favorite books that I read last year. So I was really excited for Speechless when it came out. And I was lucky enough to get an advance copy of it, which I didn't expect that I would. So I was really excited to be able to read it ahead of time. And now I'm happy to have the beautiful finished copy on my bookshelves because, really, seriously, it's just an awesome book. You know, the main character takes her vow of silence because she said something that she can't take back and it had serious consequences, and she wants to, I mean, she's a gossip and she's trying to fix her gossipy ways, essentially. I don't know. It's the terrible description. I'm bad at paraphrasing, whatever. But it's a really, really good book, and I urge everybody to give it a chance. Let's see. The next thing I got in the mail is actually, it's the Australian version of Enticed by Jessica Shervington, which is actually now Entice in the United States, the one that's coming out in a couple weeks, I think. I did a swap with another blogger. She actually ordered the Australian version from Australia, paid a boatload of shipping to get it here because she just wanted to read it that badly, which I also want to read it that badly. And she did a swap on it for me, and I'm really excited to read it. And actually, it's a paperback, but it's a lot bigger and like thicker than a U.S. paperback. Like, I don't know if you can see the size difference there, but it's just a lot. It's the height of a hardcover, I guess, is a good way to say it, but it's paperback. So that's cool. I like the US cover better, so I'll probably end up getting a finished copy of the US one when it comes out eventually, but this is still really cool too. And then I got from the author, Karen Ann Hopkins, a copy of Temptation. She emailed me, asked if I would be interested in featuring her book on the blog, and I looked into it a little bit, and it sounded like a cool story. It's about two teenagers, one's Amish and one's not, and they fall in love, but there's obviously problems that come with it because he's Amish and she's not Amish. But some of the reviews I've read have said it's a really realistic love story, which I like. And actually, Karen signed it for me as well, which is really cool. So I'm looking forward to reading that. I'm going to probably be reading that this week, so that way I can get the interview questions to her so that I can get the interview and the review up on the blog for that. So look out for that. I did another swap this week with another blog. Or actually, no, this wasn't a swap. This was arc cycling. I don't know if you guys have heard of arc cycling. I don't know if I'm saying that right. Anyways, Jennifer started. She started it. It's a blog that she decided she wanted to just. She had all these books and she wanted people to be able to read them. But sometimes you see a book you want, but you don't always have something to swap with the person who has it. And she thought it's better to just, if you want it, you say you want it and you get it. So she started the program, and it's really cool. I've been watching it for a few weeks, but I actually requested a couple books this time, and I'm going to donate some to her actually next week because I've got a few that I'm finishing up. But I got The Story of Us from that, and I'll put the information for the blog for it in the post, so that way you guys can go check it out because it's really cool and it's a really neat idea. And I know we all have tons of books that we've got on our shelves that we don't know what to do with, and that's a cool way to donate, and that way other people will get a chance to read them and then they can review them on their blogs and you get more buzz for the book. But I've actually only read one other Deb Coletti book. I believe it was, oh goodness, now I can't even remember what it was called. It was the one that had elephants. It's so terrible. And I really liked it. It was a long time ago. I read it before I even started blogging. But I thought this one sounded really interesting, maybe a little dramatic. So give that one a shot and see how it goes. Now this one was from a swap. I actually initially hadn't planned on reading it because I wasn't sure it was something that I would be interested in. But then I read a couple reviews and they really piqued my interest, and I thought, okay, you know what? I kind of want that one. So I went ahead and swapped for it. Don't Turn Around by Michelle Gagnon. Yeah, I don't know. But anyways, I love the cover on this. I think the cover is really cool with the hand kind of pushing at the net, essentially. But it says it's about a hacker, but I think there was a comparison to Girl with the Dragon Tattoo or something similar to that. But I just think it sounds really neat, and I like sci-fi stuff, computer, whatever. So I'm really looking forward to getting into this. I've been told it's action-packed, kind of a little bit of a thriller, which, yay. So I'm looking forward to starting that one as well. I don't know when I'm going to have time to read any of these books. I feel like I keep accumulating books, but I don't keep accumulating more time. When are we going to get an extra hour in a day? This I actually got, this is an extra copy that I ended up getting of Origin by Jessica Curry. I already had one, which I've since swapped with another blogger because I have gotten the extra copy of it. But this comes out Tuesday, I believe. I haven't read it. I actually had loaned the original copy that I had to a friend because she was really looking forward to reading it. So I haven't read it yet, but I'm looking forward to starting it. The author, she's all over Twitter and she's real nice and you know, she's real excited about her book, which obviously, but her constant enthusiasm makes me really want to read the story. Plus, I like the fact that it's set in the jungle. I think that's a really neat idea. So I'm looking forward to getting started on that book. I also got Burn for Burn, which is another second copy, so giveaway is inevitable. This one I also have not read yet, but I like that it's about three girls who are unlikely friends or unlikely allies, I guess is a better way to describe it, who want to get revenge. And actually, Jenny Han and Siobhan Vivian did a cool little video kind of talking about the book. I'll put the link to it down in the post because they're just talking about like writing and a little bit about the characters and how they set up the story and everything, which I thought was really neat. And let's see. Now this one that came in the mail was like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. I'm so excited to read it. And actually, it's so funny because I got it in the mail the same day I found out that I won a pre-order of it from the author, which means I'll be getting a finished copy of it and some cool swag for it from her, which is sweet. But in the meantime, while I'm waiting, I can read it. The Archived by Victoria Schwab. I loved The Near Witch, and when I found out this one was finally going to be an arc, I was so excited. I sent a request into Disney, not expecting that I would ever actually get it. And they sent it to me. And I didn't know it was coming, so that made it even sweeter, I think, of a surprise when I got it in the mail. So I'm planning to read this one soon because I just have to know what all the buzz is about. Not to mention that she's got such... In The Near Witch, the writing, it was just so creepy and awesome, and haunting is a word that... fellow blogger used to describe it, and I think that's an excellent word for that book. And I feel like maybe this one will be a little bit haunting as well. So I'm going to read this one soon. I will probably be obsessing about it on Twitter, so look out for that. And the last and maybe most exciting thing that I got this week was a Breathless Reads slipcase. I never in a million years thought I would actually come into possession of one of these, so it's extremely exciting. I kind of geeked out like crazy when I got it. So again, that's how I've had this is my third copy of Origin, so you know, who needs that many of one book, right? So I've been trying to dole them out a little by little. So this is actually one I'll be reading because the other one has already been spoken for, and I'm really looking forward to reading Venom because I think it sounds amazing. I didn't really know a whole lot about The Innocents. I mean, I know that the Breathless Reads slipcases have been, you know, buzzed about all over, but I hadn't really looked much into it. But it seems a little like maybe Gossip Girl-esque, but I don't know that that's necessarily a bad thing. I think that's kind of cool. I mean, I do watch the show on occasion. So, and I've heard a lot of good things about Black City as well. I know that Falling Kingdoms is a fantasy. I believe it's a high fantasy even. I don't read a ton of fantasy, but I recently read and really enjoyed Defiance, which is fantasy, or at least part fantasy. And so I definitely will give Falling Kingdoms a shot because, well, it's here and I've got it and I might as well. But I've also heard really good things about it. So I'm really excited about all of these. I've been kind of hugging and petting this since I got it on Tuesday. Yeah. So that's that. That is all of the books that I got this week. A lot of books. I hope you guys all had just as great of a book week this week. Let me know in the comments links to your posts so I can come check them out. And have a wonderful holiday weekend. Thanks, guys.